strange lights in the night sky, mysterious crafts hovering over the countryside, even reports of UFOs over America's Capitol building. The inexplicable sightings have been happening for decades. This is not a drill. It's real. Find out what the world's governments will do when UFOs arrive. February 27th, 1996. A commuter plane, Flight 5959, leaves Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, heading to Saginaw, Michigan, just outside of Detroit. It begins as a routine flight, but then the plane encounters a UFO.
That's affirmative. It's a light that it goes dim and it gets bright. I don't know if we're getting closer to it or what, but it looks like a rotating light around it, like a frisbee type thing that's going around it.
On the ground, air traffic controllers scan their radar screens.
Air Shuttle 5959, that's a negative, sir. I don't have anything out in front of you at 12 to 1 o'clock.
But the pilot of a nearby plane also chimes in.
We can see a clear, relatively solid cloud deck below us. And this is definitely a distinct whitish, it's looking a little reddish, greenish light sort of pulsating, and it is consonant. It's not a beacon.
Suddenly, the pilot of Flight 5959 is forced to take evasive action.
Keep advised, we're descending to 4,000 feet right now, and as we descended through 10,000 feet, that object is above us right now. It is not on the ground. It's about 10,000 feet. Okay, sir. We're checking on it right now. I still don't have anything out in front of you at all. I'll tell you what, that is weird. If you're sitting there pulsating.
This ordeal lasts nearly 20 minutes. Then, the strange object simply disappears. No passengers or crew are injured in this encounter. And the airlines involved, following industry practice, will offer no comment on the incident. According to the National Aviation Reporting Center on Anomalous Phenomena, Flight 5959's encounter was just one of over 100 such incidents involving American aircraft in 1996. What should the pilot do in such a situation? Does the U.S. government have an official protocol to deal with UFOs and extraterrestrials? Yes, it does. And it's outlined in the Joint Army-Navy-Air Force publication number 146. Also known as JANAPS, this 32-page document was written in 1950 during the Cold War and outlines detailed protocol for encounters with unidentified flying objects.
Joint Army-Navy Committee realized that America was vulnerable to enemy attack from the air and from space. And so the Joint Chiefs decided to institute an observer corps that was made up not only of military observers but civilian observers in the cockpits of civilian aircraft. So they required, with this official regulation, that commercial crews should report instantly, using radio means, anything that they couldn't identify. And it was defined very broadly, but one of the categories was UFO, unidentified flying objects.
While commercial pilots are not required to read JANAP 146, FAA regulations do mandate that the document be kept at all air traffic control facilities. Reports filed under the JANAP 146 rules are called SIRVIs, or Communications Instruction for Reporting Vital Intelligence Sightings. The regulations cover both instantaneous radio communications and after-incident reports.
They say what to report, which includes UFOs. They say how to report them, and they say what to include in your report, including size, shape, speed, and so on.
JANAP 146, Subpart 3B, defines how to render size comparisons and provides lists of adjectives to be used. Head of a pin, a pea, a dime, up to baseball, grapefruit, and basketball. Part 104 reads, every effort should be made to substantiate sightings by taking as many pictures as possible.
They're clear, concise, to the point, and still current. When it was revised in 1977, UFOs was still in there, still to be reported, and still to this day.
And as publicly available FAA recordings show, these encounters do still continue. According to the regulations, pilots must explain exactly what they see, even when what they see defies explanation.
My view of pilots is that they're very high credibility witnesses. They're calm, cool, and collected. They know what they're doing. They're not given to foolishness and hysteria. And that I would listen very carefully to something that a pilot told me.
It was pretty eerie looking. First time in 15 years I've ever seen anything like it.
May 26, 1995. 35,000 feet above New Mexico. The captain of Flight 564 radios FAA control with reports of a large cigar-shaped silhouette with 8 evenly spaced lights appearing just off his wingtip.
Yeah, off to our 3 o'clock. There's some strokes out there. Can you tell us what it is?
I'll tell you what, that's some, right now, I don't know what it is right now. There is a restricted area that's used by the military out during the daytime.
Yeah, it's pretty odd.
Hold on, let me see if anybody else knows about it.
Though not required to by JANAP 146, the air traffic controller contacts the U.S. Air Force to check for any unusual aerial activity.
No, we haven't heard nothing about it.
Okay. Guy at 39,000 says he sees something at 30,000 that the length is unbelievable and it has a strobe on it. This is not good.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's a UFO, so it's no Roswell crap again.
The pilot of Flight 564 loses sight of the UFO. But the controller makes further inquiries, contacting NORAD, the North American Aerospace Command.
We don't have anything going on that I know of.
This guy definitely saw it run all the way down the side of the airplane. It's right out of the X-Files. I mean, it's a definite UFO or something like that. But I mean...
Oh, y'all are serious about this?
Yeah.
How long did he think it was?
He said he was 300 to 400 foot long.
Holy smoke.
Headquartered deep beneath Cheyenne Mountain in Colorado, NORAD tracks all airborne objects in the skies over the U.S. and Canada. It is also the official ultimate destination for the survey's reports that pilots must file when they've encountered a UFO. And though the